All right, let's scoot ahead. Take a little dip into the news. Where do you want to get started?
Snooze fucking sucks. Let's just get it out of the way. Midge Purce on Wednesday, about 30 minutes before Lyon Benfica kicked off, Midge Purce took to Twitter to announce that she had torn her ACL, continuing the epidemic of ACL injuries in women's football. This news is obviously, as I mentioned up top, this news really sucks, but especially for her. She was the MVP of the NWSL Championship match last year. She's a brilliant player with an incredible skill set. We'll all miss watching her play, but she is handling this with her typical grace. She took to Twitter to thank people for their messages of support, and she said, quote, "Your messages have meant so much to me throughout this process. You have consoled what, for a moment, felt inconsolable. Thank you for reminding me that our football world is not only full with incredible talent, but also incredible kindness." End quote. I think it is very easy to say that we wish Midge a full and speedy recovery, but we also hope that she continues to have that great support system around her to make this journey back to the pitch as comfortable as it possibly can be.
Awful news. Not a lot of players I could think of that deserve kind of more kindness in that spot. And, to say that we wish her a speedy recovery kind of feels like well short of the mark. This is just such a great player, such an inspirational player. So absolutely get well, Midge. See you soon.
She'll be back, and she'll be great again. It just really, really sucks that she has to go through it. But, she'll be watching the football right along with us.
And tough to transition, but I do want to zoom into this She Believes Cup USWNT roster. Obviously, big Midge Purce size hole in this roster, but that was announced here recently. The She Believes Cup kicks off April 6th, which, if I'm doing my math right, is right around next weekend. The USA taking on Japan. A couple days later, the action will move to Columbus, Ohio, your old stomping grounds, and then the other
nowhere near where I'm from. Ohio's a large state, but that's okay. That's fine. Nobody cares.
If you're Norwegian, what do you know? Ohio's Ohio.
That's right.
in the other April 6th matchup going down in Atlanta, it's Canada versus Brazil. So it's a little spicy collection of 4 teams that should bring some excitement next weekend. What stuck out to you with the USA's roster?
Okay. What stuck out? Gee. They announced the midfielders. Let me take a look here to make sure I have this right.
Scroll.
All right, so they had Corbin Albert from PSG, Sam Coffey, favorite of the program from the Portland Thorns, Lindsey Horan, obviously, can't do it without her.
She's good. Yep.
Olivia Moultrie, good young player. Yep, you love an up-and-coming young player. Emily Sana, crafty vet.
Yeah, rock solid.
Wait, do I have... Lily Yohannes, 16-year-old wonder kid from AFC Ajax. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. We get to see her in the Stars and Stripes. As Dan announced on Twitter, as many media outlets were saying on Twitter, She Believes Cup is not a FIFA-sanctioned tournament. This does not tie her to the U.S. women's national team for international play moving forward. They're making their decision. We're going to give them time as a family to decide what they want to do, what Lily wants to do, what's best for them. But Dan, if you could please excuse us. Fuck yes. This is good. She's going to be in the camp with the squad. She's going to be there with Twyla Kilgore. She's going to have Emma Hayes' influence on her in this tournament, in these couple of matches. She gets to see what life is like with our squad, and that is good. That's good for everybody involved, I think.
Incredible for everyone involved. I mean, I just kind of rewind back probably like a dozen episodes ago when you were just pleading with Emma Hayes, Coach, we have to get this player.
Yeah.
And then a couple episodes later where I'm like, kind of lamenting, all right, where's our young superstar? Obviously we've seen a couple players step up since then, Olivia Moultrie, Jaden Shaw being a couple of them.
Oh, yeah.
And then you said, hey, buddy, maybe Lily Yohannes is our Lily Yohannes. And now she's our Lily Yohannes. She's on this USA side. I cannot wait. I hope she gets a little run.
Oh, yeah.
I think the midfield is kind of set up where it does make some sense on the pitch to kind of get her involved because she's got a very unique game. She's tough, she's physical, and she's not afraid of big moments. I think this is the perfect place to kind of, drop a player like that in and kind of ingratiate her into the program. She obviously gets a little bit of camp time, which is great. No Emma Hayes time just yet, but I think I don't know, hard to not be super duper encouraged if you are a USWNT fan or a follower like your boy is. Just a great day. Great news, great day. I couldn't be more excited.
You know I love lineup and formation talk. Just riddle me this. Would you not like to see the midfield diamond, Sonnet, bottom of the diamond, Coffee out on the left, Yohannes on the right, Haran up top?
Oh my God.
Let's go. Come on.
That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare for teams. Japan, yeah, we're cute in the World Cup, but we throw that diamond at you.
They're very good.
I know, I'm just messing. I love watching Japan too as well. All four of those teams, except Canada. No Mimi Aladu, get out of here, Canada. You don't deserve to be on the same field as Yeah, I think the other thing that I found interesting, we've talked a lot about the 2023 World Cup rehashed. That went to death. 13 players on that World Cup roster who don't appear on the She Believes Cup roster. Some of them because of injury, some of them having aged out. Alana Cook, Savannah DeMello, Julia Sofia Huerta, Aubrey Kingsbury, Rose Lavelle, Christy Mewis, Kelly O'Hara, Megan Rapinoe, Ashley Sanchez, Andy Sullivan, Alyssa Thompson, and this one hurt, buddy. Lynn Williams, not on the She Believes Cup roster. Quite a bit of turnover. I like what the U.S. has done. I mean, I feel like we have a more dynamic team. It's more quick than fast, if that makes sense. And it kind of feels like we're generating a new football identity in the U.S. So I'm just kind of really excited.
I love it. I think that's a great call out, is that they're almost more quick than fast. I want to just zip through their forwards real quick. Kat Macario, Alex Morgan, Trinity Rodman, Jaden Shaw, Sophie Smith. Real quick, the women's game, the Men in Blazers podcast, hosted by Sam Mewis and Lynn Williams, and often Becky Sauerbrunn. Becky Sauerbrunn on one of the last episodes mentioned that Sophie Smith doesn't like being called Sophia, that she either goes by Soph or Sophie. So, Soph, our apologies there. We were not aware of that. I don't know if that was hugely public or if that she only thinks that about people who are actually friends with her, like Becky Sauerbrunn. But yeah, I think I'll opt with Sophie. I think that works if she's comfortable with that. So
I like it.
Quick forwards, quick decisions. At this point, I feel like Trinity Rodman is a vet too. I mean, obviously Sophie Smith has appeared in big matches too. Just veteran presence, young up and coming players, fast football, smart footballers. I think it's just safe to say that this is an incredible mix of talent and a great representation that, that past era was amazing. It's one of the greatest eras in any football that's ever been played. But this up and coming era, this is almost as exciting, and it could actually be something that lives up to that, even if they don't really have to live up to 2 consecutive World Cup wins. This is a team that's going to challenge for the World Cup as long as they are fit and in their prime.
Yeah, no shots at all to any previous generations, but we've talked a lot about the game evolving, and this is a reflection episode. I think this squad reflects that evolution of the game quite well. Yep. To round out the rest of the roster, defenders: Abby Dahlkemper, Crystal Dunn, Tierna Davidson, Emily Fox, Eva Gaetino, who we saw score in Champions League recently, Naomi Gurma, Casey Kruger, Jenna Neiswanger. I love the collection of talent they put together. Pretty stacked
roster.
Trio of goalkeepers: Alyssa Nair, Casey Murphy, Jane Campbell. I'm excited. April 6th. Let's all kind of lock in. Hopefully we get some Lily minutes, and we get to see this new look USWNT in action.
It's going to be exciting, man. And we have the elite teams in there: Canada, Brazil, Japan, USA. Should be in for a couple of great matches, I would say.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to hit before we get out of here?
I think that's it, man. I think we spanned the globe and covered everything.
All right, man. I think we did it. It's been another episode of Into the Channel. If you missed it, we broke down the 4 quarterfinal second leg matchups. Also dipped a little toe into the semis. Quick preview on those. A little bit into the news. So remember, subscribe or follow into the channel: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you like to watch or listen, at ITC_pod on X. Big thanks to you for watching, listening, subscribing, commenting, chiming in, or just plain rocking with us. We appreciate you. Still a lot of Champions League action to go. We are super pumped. Tremendous ride thus far, and some epic clashes on the horizon. And we hope that you continue to hang out with us. Big thank you to my co-host as well, Mr. Grant Engel, for always finding a way to advance.
Man, I'm trying out here. We got Champions League, NWSL, D1F is coming to its conclusion. She Believes Cup and roster decisions being made. It's the greatest sport in the world. I don't think there's any debate on that. We appreciate you guys all rocking with us, informing us in the comments. Please keep it coming, and we will talk to you next week.